Welcome to the predicted starting 11. Saints finally have a home game for the first time in 5 weeks. Chelsea come to St Mary's. Here's who I think should play in the starting 11. Before we get started though, nobody could get it right last week. Mark Hughes threw an absolute curveball at us, starting three at the back with Yoshida, Stevens and Hoot as the central defenders. Nobody could get it right, but nice try, Benjamin McGreevy. You submitted your team after the team was announced. So go ahead and leave your teams in below to play Chelsea before 11:30 this Saturday. Starting off then in the sticks with Alex McCarthy. For the third week in a row, we have conceded 3 goals. We're looking fragile at the back, but McCarthy will be in the team until the rest of the season. Into defence, starting off in a right back with Cedric Soares. Has looked very weak recently, regularly getting out-muscled and looks far too weak for the Premier League at the moment. PA is nowhere near the picture even to be considered. The centre-back pairing then, for me, it's got to be Mayo Yoshida with Wesley Hoot. He has to go back to a back four. Obviously, Jack Stevens now missing 3 games this weekend, Leicester and Chelsea at Wembley. It was a bit of a stroke of genius last week. Yoshida came off for Charlie Austin. He nodded one in, brought us back into it. But Wesley Hoot, on the other hand, still doesn't look at all confident. And I'm not at all confident in his ability at the moment either. At left back then with Ryan Bertrand, but I do think we do look a bit weak with options at the moment. Last week, Sam McQueen missed out with an injury. Matty Targett's away at Fulham, yet to taste defeat. They're on the charge for the Premier League. And I'm not sure Mark Hughes will go with inexperienced players and risks them for this stage of the season. Also, an option at centre-back is Jan Bednarek. Again, the same issue. But I think realistically, he could be a good option for the Championship. The 2 holding midfielders then for me has got to be Oriol Romeu and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Left nothing out there against Arsenal. True grit, true passion, true spirit from those two. I want to see more of that again against Chelsea, causing all kinds of problems. But on a side note, I'm not sure what's going on with Lamina at the moment. He's been nothing short of shambolic over the last few weeks. And Stephen Davis looks set to miss out this game once again. Picked up another injury this week in training. Into the attacking options then. I'm going to shuffle the pack a little bit here. And at wide right, I'm going to go for Shane Long. Absolutely deserved his goal last week. Completely hassled Arsenal into making that mistake. Poked it home for our first goal. And he deserves to retain his place just as long as he's fit. Across then into the middle, this time to start in a central position for me, I'm going to go for James Ward-Prowse. May not always be the number 10 on Saturday, will drop back to do his defensive duties, but his quality was there from free kicks and corners, from dead balls last weekend. Do we really have just one player that can take a dead ball at the football club without it floating high or floating wide? His quality from deliveries will be key once again this weekend. And at wide left then, for my total curveball, it is a little left wing choice. I'm going to leave that in. But I'm going to go for Josh Sims to start on Saturday. He's tenacious, he's direct, and he's a total unknown quantity against Chelsea. See what he does for an hour, maybe hook him off after then, but we can totally use him on the break, his pace, run direct and be tenacious and offer something completely different for Saints. Starting up top then with Charlie Austin. Made an instant impact last week off the bench and still our top scorer this season, despite missing half the season with injury. His goals will keep us up. As long as he's fit, he will fire. And hopefully those 11 players are 11 soldiers on Saturday against Chelsea to give everything for the shirt, to give everything for the fans, give us hope and fight for our survival. That wraps it up then for the predicted starting 11. Saints to play Chelsea. What do you think of those 11 players? Let me know your team in below before 11:30 on Saturday morning. Can those 11 players sneak something against Chelsea?